2 breaks all stereotypes.
Absolutely.
It doesn't show customarily how a female actor is shown in a film. B, it doesn't show your typical romance that you'd expect from this film. So I think Force, and C, where a woman's taking the initiative and doing all the action here. So I think it just breaks every stereotype. It's something that the country should encourage and everybody should encourage.
I hope like filmmakers take a cue from films like Force 2 and because, and honestly, props to John, props to our director, props to our producer that they've visualized a woman sharing the same space as a hero, as a star, with a star.
So you're on equal footing.
Exactly, and honestly, I know I've worked in so many films. I know that most of them would not be comfortable doing that.
Right.
They would want their, a
So you are
separate
okay
space.
with having, share the glory as well. I mean, even
In
you.
an ideal situation, I would have liked for her to do all the action while I was watching.
Really?
Yeah,
She's very good, huh? A natural.
She's fantastic. And I'm not saying it because we need to promote Force 2. She's really good in her action, and I speak because I'm an action person. I understand. I understand when a girl moves and the way she kicks and just the way she runs around. And the first time I met her and we had to do an action sequence, we had to jump about 6 or 7 feet onto a mat all the time, and she had a gun in the front and it would hurt her hips.
Okay.
And I asked her to take care, and I asked her whether she'll do it or she needs a body double. We were prepared for a body double.
I see, okay.
Because there was a blast happening 20 feet behind us, an actual blast,
Okay.
not a CG blast, an actual blast.
Okay.
Where you feel the heat. And she said, no, I'll do it. I'll be honest with you, I think an action hero, and in her case, I'd put her in the same space. She's an action hero today. I think it's about the attitude.
Okay.
You know, you need to have the right attitude to be an action hero. You don't necessarily need to have the best body or the best stunts or the best skills. You just need to have the right attitude.
Right.
So when you pack a punch, it's about the way you look before you pack that punch that makes it different.
Right.
And you tell your audience that you mean business, that if you land this punch, he's not going to get up. The easy route would be to go and bash a neighboring country. The more interesting thing would be to actually ask questions about your own. And I think that's what Force 2 does. It raises questions about your own country. So in no way, once you see it, and which is why we are crying hoarse about it, in no way are we jingoistic, we're not opportunistic. We've just made a very credible film, and we've raised questions that we need to ask ourselves as country people. And I'm sure Pakistan would want to do that with their own country people. You know?
Right.
So it's
Right.
not about India Pak, and when you see the film, it's in a completely different space. Neither, which is fantastic. So
How is that possible though in a movie that glorifies, that is essentially an action movie? Doesn't it glorify
Because
using a
we-
gun? It's exciting.
yeah, but there's no police brutality in this film at all. I'm a police officer who's going on a mission which actually trained raw officials go for, and I'm not equipped to go for it. So I'm landing up in another place. And I've been told that brute force is not the only way you're going to get through this. So this film's more about mind games.
Right.
It's more about strategy, which is why we didn't mention it in the earlier press conference, but our antagonist plays a very important role in this film.
Yeah.
We wanted an antagonist that could slip into the crowd, could look regular, sweet, everything, but be probably very dangerous. It's
Yeah.
like Stephen Hawking, when he was asked, what's your favorite role? You know, Stephen Hawking was asked, and he said, I'd like to play a bad guy in a James Bond film.
Right.
And for me, there couldn't be anybody more dangerous than a guy who's so powerful in his brain, which is what our antagonist is.